Rightio, thanks to ID Athletic, we get some special stars of the competition on. And we've had a real dominance of backmen, haven't we, Dan? I mean, that does make
Elite
sense with BackChat. I sometimes make exception for good blokes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Good football players, yes, but good blokes. And I know this man is one of those. He's also in very good form. And he joins us thanks to ID Athletic on the show, Josh Treacy. Hello,
Kahuna.
mate. How are you, mate?
Hello, fellas. Pleasure to be on. Good to you mentioned. You have had a lot of backmen on, mate. It's good to see me representing the forwards of the world. Get a look in.
Good. Okay, we can talk about that off the top then. Backman v forwards. I mean, you've been doing some nice work in the forward line really since you've been at the football club. But do you think there's ever a chance you'd be down the back line? I feel like you've got the mentality for a back.
Snippet of one game, I reckon, in my first year, we had a few boys go down against Geelong. I was currently the number one ruck that day and then had to go back for 10 or 15, took a nice intercept mark, and then kicked it straight back to Jack Henry and it just went back over my head. And I was like, I do not want to experience this again. So not going back.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's usually a good way to get yourself out of the back line, start turning the footy over. Now he's a forward. You've got to get him in front of the big sticks. Mate, how's the season been from you so far this year? I think, look, personally watching on, it looks like you've really found some confidence, especially with your timing and your marking and your forward craft. How's the year been from your point of view, you personally? I know Freo's going how they're going, but how have you found the year?
Yeah, I think confidence is the right word. Not just personally, but I feel like I've just got the backing from everyone to go out there and play my way. And I feel like it's been a pretty good start and hope something I can build on and hopefully we can turn into a big year.
Good. Yeah, you were yelling something off the top there, Dan. What were you?
Kahuna, the Big Kahuna. That's one of the best nicknames in the AFL, just quietly.
Well, tell people why you're the Big Kahuna. People think it's because you're a big unit.
The small town that I grew up in, northern Victoria, is called Kahuna. So for those out there who want to Google where that is and look at the travel that I did as a kid growing up playing footy, feel free to have a look.
What sort of travel times were you looking at to go and get a game on the weekends? I'm assuming mum and dad played a big part in all of that as well.
Yeah, local footy, our furthest game away was a good 2.5, 3 hours. And then obviously once I started playing rep footy in the TSC Cup, we were off to Melbourne pretty much every second weekend, which was another 3.5, 4 hours. We trained in Bendigo, which is an hour and a half away. So that was 2 times a week. Just for about 3 years there was in the car, footy training, in the car, game, consistently.
I did see on your Wikipedia page, though, that do you know who wrote that? Because it says in there that you played Auskick and Kahuna, which I think is just such a minor detail that someone really knows the intricate details of your life.
He's from Kahuna.
Yeah, but like in people's Wikipedia pages, it doesn't say like that he played for like Coolbini or Auskick.
Does it not say that in yours?
It doesn't say it in mine.
Well, you should add it in then.
Thank you.
What's some of the? Have you always been a forward, mate? Genuine question. You always playing the forward line?
Yeah, always forward. When I first started playing senior footy against men, I was actually a ruckman. Just got thrown into the deep end a little bit, and soon learned to find your feet pretty quick playing against men at 15 years old. But yeah, my draft year was 2020, so I was. Obviously didn't get to play any footy, but we were going to trial playing down back. So a few practice matches I actually have, but it's just always felt more comfortable up that end of the ground.
Forward sell memberships, mid-sign sponsorships, backs win premierships. I just want to comment on that statement.
Yeah, I've heard you mention it quite a few times in your shows. Yeah, I don't know if I can disagree with you, to be honest.
Great. I'm sure
that's
really,
good.
Really
Hearing
good
it
answer.
From a forward. What about the forwards that you play alongside? Any of those who would make the best backman out of those guys?
That's a great question.
Maybe Tommy Emmett as a lockdown defender.
Yes, we would love
Tommy Emmett.
We would love
Yeah.
Emmett down the back line.
I feel like he's the one that you look through like midweek. You're like, we're playing Freo. Like, no, I don't want to play on Tommy this week, sort of thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
He'll just bash you all day, I reckon.
What about Jaiden? You guys have a bit of a bromance there. What's it like playing alongside him?
Yeah, it's just free and easy. Like we just understand each other so easily, and it's not a hassle. We understand where each other are, where to and where not to run. You know, so it makes life so much easier when he's around, and obviously when Dogger's back with us, it's really comfortable down there.
Sounds like you're talking about maybe off the field. I want to know what he's like as a player. Easy and know where each other are all the time, and it's just it sounds quite emotional, really.
Well, that's how you get so connected on field, Scully.
Yeah, very good. I like that a lot. Now, mate, you've had some huge matchups this year. We had a bit of a run across. You kicked 14 for the year, but you played on some big backmen: Liam Jones, Jacob Wiedering, Tom Barris, Jeremy McGowan, Harris Andrews, Toby Pink on the weekend. Yep. We like Pink Eye. Don't worry about that. James Boylays here down in Adelaide. Mate, you've had some massive matchups. You must be learning a lot every week as a forward playing on these really great defenders.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the confidence as well. Like, understanding like who I'm matching up on, and playing to my strengths that it holds up against arguably the best handful of big backs in the league. Like I can think back to the Port game. Like usually, when there's three tools, you can maybe get a medium defender sometimes, but obviously Port, they have Aaliyah, Radaglia and Zerk Thatcher. So there was just no hiding that day, and took a real lot of confidence from that week. And obviously every defender is different and have their own challenges. So it's, consistently trying to adapt the different types of player that you're playing on, but at the same time trying to stick to my guns.
Now, are we still cutting lawns on weekdays? Are we still looking at a bit of lawn porn? We got the social media. Is that tracking along nicely? What's happening there?
It's at a bit of a halt, to be honest.
And your footy's improved. Tell you what, there's no one to draw any lines between them.
I don't know if that's the key point there, but it's obviously a passion of mine that I've always had, and looking to explore that area, whether it's being a greenskeeper or running a big business like Spide runs. Still working out all of that at the moment.
So for those listening along at home and don't know what I'm talking about, you've got an Instagram page. What's it called?
It's called Grutta.
Grutta?
Yes, grass cutter.
Good.
It's brilliant.
Tied it up a few of the boys' lawns, a couple of others. Made a bit of families. Like I said before, a bit of a passion and something I've always enjoyed. Would like to learn a lot more in that space.
You got big grass at your house?
I do, and I killed it. The sprinkler system stopped working, and I'm really not handy. I couldn't fix it, and then a lot of my grass went yellow. So, anything to help bring it back to life would be handy. But we can talk about that another time. I don't know if anyone wants to listen about my grass. I was looking at your sort of career stats and where you like to kick goals, and outside Perth, the MCG seems to be a bit of a hunting ground for you. What is it about the MCG that sort of gets you going there?
Yeah, I wouldn't even have picked that, to be honest. I think I've only played 3 or 4 games there.
How many did you kick there, Dan?
It's kicked 8. Kicked 22 in Perth, 8 at the MCG, and then most of the others are like 2 or 3.
Wow.
Yeah, well, obviously being the Coliseum that it is, and growing up in Victoria, you always dreamt of a kid as kicking snags on the G. So, I don't know if that has any resemblance or not, but hopefully we can pin a few more back this week.
Yep, you got who are they playing?
Richmond.
Richmond at the G this week.
Big
so
one.
You're going to is Kahuna coming down for a game? Maybe you have a whole bay reserved for the entire town of Kahuna?
Sunday fixture means that there will be a few from Kahuna. So, yes, I think there will be a few ticket requests this week.
That's good. How you finding it over here, mate? Like you're a Victorian, a lot of hype around a member of the opposition of yours over here in the West, around the go home factor. I was here for a long time. There's plenty of your teammates doing the same thing. How do you like Perth and Fremantle and being over here in the West?
Honestly, love it. There's no real drive to go back to Melbourne because I didn't grow up in Melbourne. I grew up in the country, and I feel like Perth is a really big country town to an extent. You've got people you bump into, and they know someone who you know, and just the freedom over here as well. And I'd love to explore this state a little bit more. I don't think you realise how big it actually is, this place over here, until you get over here. But it's a beautiful, beautiful state, and I love it over here.
What Josh is saying is that Harley Reid is never leaving West Coast Eagles. So thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Big West Coast Nuffy over here. Don't mind my friend Dan. Before we let you go, Josh, now I've been tickets in all aboard the Josh Treacy Express for a long time. In fact, like since his first game at waffle level.
Yep.
Claremont. Scully's back there battling away in the back line, just getting it. You've come out and taken 5 of the biggest contested marks you'll ever see. Kicked 5 in the first quarter. And I'm back there thinking, 1, who's bloke's kicking 20? 2, who the fuck is this man child? Do you remember that day? Because I've been convinced you're a superstar ever since that day. And I challenge anyone to correct me on that fact as well. Do you remember that?
I do remember it, but probably for the wrong reasons. It's because I might have knocked out Brady Gray the week before and actually got suspended and hurt me chances of playing round 1, and the only thing I could do was play a waffle scratchy and then ended up kicking 7 against Claremont.
Right, so it's not a happy memory for you. It was happy for me. I was very happy.
Well, we actually got an AFL rule changed about that too, because the the waffle didn't start for like another month. Right. And I couldn't serve it anywhere. So got the rule changed and was back in a couple of weeks and made my debut round 4.
Well, there you go. It's the Josh Treacy rule. You've got an amendment in the AFL rulebook.
Mate, not everyone has that. That's good.
I headbutted Zach Butters one day and I got a week for it, so that's probably about as good as I've got. Mate,
it must have been nice hitting Brady Gray, though.
Yeah, Brady Gray. No, we like him.
I like Brady Gray.
Now, mate, we're gonna let you go. Good luck at the MCG this week. Very big fans of you here at BackChat. Even if you're a forward, even if it sounds like you're never going to go down the back line, if you could just... If there is an opportunity, you're behind your man, one of these big dog backmen that play on you, if we could just see a spoil from you, when there's no chance of you marking it, if you've got a spoil in you, we'd love to see it.
Yes, please.
Right. See what I can do, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much. Josh Treacy from the Fremantle Dockers. Thanks to ID Athletic. Well done, mate. Go well.
Thanks, fellas. Pleasure.